Call this evening's meeting to order. This is the regular city council meeting of Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. Could I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Bempis.
Here.
Councilman Carter.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey. Here. Mayor Gillis.
Here.
Councilwoman Harris. Here. Councilwoman Meldrum. Here. Councilman Scarlett.
Here.
One present.
Can I have a moment of silent prayer? And please keep in please keep in your prayers the family of Gail Anthony, our planning commissioner and a longtime cheerleader of Elgin Act. She passed away last week.
And like you said, the duck lady.
And the duck lady. Yeah. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get a motion to approve this evening's agenda?
So moved.
Support. Any comments, questions, or concerns? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We have an agenda. We have one presentation this evening, is the annual 2025 Elgin Act Activity Report by Sheriff Matt King.
Well, hello everyone. I trust everybody got, is this on? I trust everybody got a copy of the statistics. You'll see that they're in a little bit different format. A PIO thought it would be easier to read and more informative, breaking down the calls for service compared to how we usually do it. All the numbers are there, just laid out a little bit differently, and then of course by month. I went through and highlighted some of the more active numbers. We got area checks at 1,674. As I've explained before, that's checks of properties, maybe construction, schools, events, things like that. Just trying to make sure the nighttime doors are locked, things like that, being proactive. Medical calls, obviously, the deputies are out and about, so if there's a medical call that they're near, sometimes they'll go to them to assist either with first aid, CPR, and obviously assist our fire and EMS in any way, maybe holding the door open or helping with a gurney onto an EMS rig. That's 146 calls for service. This is thus far this year. Assist citizens, 138 so far this year. You name it, lone tire, traffic problem, question, you name it, and that could fall under that category. Traffic stops at 416 and suspicious persons at 115. I like highlighting that one because that shows that people are going to be vigilant, right? You know, we can't be everywhere at once. It takes a community, and that shows that they are being vigilant and calling when they see something suspicious. Follow-up, 188 calls, and I venture is much higher than that. That's just when it's documented. Follow-up can be anything from a phone call to a personal contact. Thus far, we have 3,231 calls for service. And as you can see, June's a little bit busier than the other months for the most part on these categories. That's to be expected. School's out, it's getting warm. People are taking vacation, people are out and about doing more. That's just natural for any township or city or village for calls for service and police work. You also have our stats for out of city when the deputies are out of city for calls. As you can see, most of them are initiated from Elgin Act calls. And of course, we back up other townships and cities as they do for us as needed. And when we can, we replace that deputy with another deputy so that there's not a lack of service. But oftentimes, the regular deputies, freelance deputies will be in our township backing us up. Clay Township will back us up, Marine City. Obviously, you know, law enforcement always backing each other up depending on the call for service. I want to congratulate the city on the pool. I was glad to be over there for the ribbon cutting. Great to celebrate positive things, right? My job is law enforcement, and it's often responding to negative things. And I know the board often gets brought challenges that are not always positive, right? We're problem fixers. That was a positive thing, and I was thoroughly impressed. My deputies were telling me when I was at the parade, hey, you gotta go check out the pool. I didn't make it over there. It was a busy day. But I walked in today and I was blown away by how it's just beautiful, brand new, how big it was. But anyway, I'm babbling. Congratulations on the pool. It looks great. I think it's going to be great for the community. With that, I'll answer any questions from the board.
Questions for sure.
Yes, Mayor Gillis, that's good. Hello again, sir. Have we always had in here the juvenile category? Has that always been in there?
So no, I think that's one of the stats amongst many others that is more broke down, so you
Yeah,
just
cause
have
I
a
don't
better
remember
picture.
seeing that before.
Yeah,
And-
we have a PI person, or a public information officer, constantly in training, trying to figure out what ways we can be most consistent and, transparent. And, you know, she hears from other training in other communities what they like to hear. And one of the things she said, you know, people like to see exactly what we're doing as close as we can. There's some wide range categories like assist public, but when we can break it down to show the activity, it gives us a better picture and the board a better picture in the community as to what we're doing and maybe areas that we need to look at. Maybe, you know, sometimes we think, oh, this is a real big problem, and over time we're like, oh, actually, it's getting better, or vice versa, so.
Cause I remember we had discussed this last year when you were here,
Yes.
so I'm glad to see that that's in there. I know that some of the tensions aren't quite as bad as they were last year.
Good.
Which makes me
Yeah,
happy
that's
personally.
excellent.
Now, and I don't know if you can even do it or how you would do it. But I know that you work closely with us at CMH, your whole department.
Yes.
Is there a way to have in here any, calls where you guys would have to come out for, what is it, emotionally
Yeah, we call it,
EDPs?
EDP, emotionally
Right.
disturbed person.
Yes.
You know, I thought it was in
Because-
here. Oh, what?
And the reason I ask is because I'm sure you're aware that we need more services downriver than we have. It's getting better, but to have that in here, if we can, I think would help make a point that we need to have some better services downriver.
That is certainly a statistic we keep. I thought I saw it on here, but now I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, cause I was looking and
Yeah.
I
No,
thought
that's
maybe it was
definitely-
under something else.
Right, that's definitely information we can fish out of our system.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Cause like I said, it'll help if I have a number when I start busting chops about getting some more services downriver.
Okay, yep,
Thank you, sir.
absolutely.
Anyone else have any questions? Go ahead.
No, go back about the, area check, cause that was one of my questions I had, so that's just like for businesses, buildings,
Could be anything from, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, please go ahead.
Okay, could be anything from businesses, the school walkthroughs or area checks, the park, if they see ongoing activity, you know, picture a pocket of the park you can't really see from the road, they'll get out and walk down. Anything from, when people are snowbirding and they'll call and get on our list, and the deputies go check on that house because they're out of town for an extended period of time, they'll mark that down as an area check or a property check. So anything that we're just checking on to be proactive, even if it's in response to an ongoing problem, we document that to show that we are out there, you know, making extra contacts and things like that. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, and like I see that on here for the ordinance, local ordinance, is that something that like, somebody complained that, let's just use the children on the motorcycles. I still have them on the little mini bikes. I know they're definitely under 16. I had 5 of them on Friday, you know, fly through my street over to the school.
Mhm.
And, so how do we, you know, kind of control that? I mean, getting them off the road that are on, I know we have an ordinance and a law, they have to be permit in 16,
Mhm.
but we do see quite a bit of young ones still riding around.
So the local ordinances that are numbered here would be times that we have assisted your local
Okay.
ordinance officer. Now, as far as, those, that could be under our juvenile check, or it could be a traffic contact. So that's where the stats get tough, right?
Yeah.
If one deputy hits a traffic stop and they're juveniles, you know, he's probably writing out a traffic stop. If he comes across those same bikes parked and they're juveniles, it's probably a juvenile issue.
I see,
Call when you see it, that's my best answer.
Yeah. Okay.
And if our deputies are not, you know, busy on a call, they're going.
Okay.
So, and I know we try to address that, I know it's very frustrating for the citizens
Well-
here, and it's, something we try to address, and then we should probably come up with a better
Right.
plan, but,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. When you see it, please call.
I will do, thank
Okay.
you.
I have a simple question. I don't know what
BOL stands for?
Be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout.
So it could be somebody who sees a drunk driver, any kind of suspicious activity, usually a mobile situation, almost always in a car, but it could be a suspicious situation with people walking and, so it'd be on the lookout call.
And then abandoned auto, people actually just leave their vehicles anywhere.
Sure, so imagine, somebody parking their car that's probably more on somebody's yard than on the road and not coming back because they gotta ride home or whatever. That could be an abandoned auto the next day. Or it could just be a really broke down car they don't wanna pay to get taken to the dump or something like that.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else? Well, I was just, how was this past weekend?
It was in my head to talk about it, I skipped it, so thank you. It was good. We had a couple issues at the Midway, during the carnival. I think we addressed them pretty quickly. I had contact by a couple people from, the Lions Club who had concerns, but by the time I got back, they were already addressed. But all in all, it was a successful week. I didn't hear anything catastrophic. It was well attended. The parade was terrific. Obviously walked in it, but it was a good event, nothing major, and I think it went very smooth. I haven't gotten the after action report, which I feel like I say every year when I come down in July. I don't wanna push the meeting back, that I attend, but that always helps paint a picture of how we can correct things. And I know my captain and Denise talk a lot, and they'll go over that in the traffic layout, and my traffic officer will go out, go over anything that we need to change and correct. And of course, if the board or anybody has any other, suggestions or questions about improvements, we always like to sit down after with the after action report so we can have an overview of what went good, what went bad, what could be improved upon.
I was actually happy, because I was worried there for a little bit, especially after what went on in Walton during there. And that was a concern, and I just heard of like 1-2 incidents and nothing
But
like.
I think that, you had a definite presence.
Yes.
There was definitely a presence, and I felt safe.
Good.
And, I think what I was really surprised is, I fireworks night, I got stuck talking to somebody for a minute on the way home, and the traffic had already cleared by the time it was like 10 after 11, and the traffic was good and gone.
Yeah.
I remember years, it used to be midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning before so I think shutting downtown down the way the way you guys have laid it all out has definitely helped with our security.
They were
system,
quick, we
our
sitting
security.
on Smith Street and watched to see how long it takes people to get out of town, and it was quick this year.
There were some growing pains with how we changed the footprint and how we changed things, and it took some talking to some of the people that helped put the event on, but, our sergeant, who runs our traffic division, and he goes to schools about this, and he's our traffic nerd, as we call him, and he loves that term. It's not a derogatory term to him, and he knows how it works, and it's, Algonac's a unique community, right? But almost no problem we have is a unique problem. Somebody's seen it, so let's learn from others, and that's why I told my traffic guy, like, hey, I'm gonna get some grief from some people that like it the old way, but if this is the safer way and better for the community in the long run, I think we're seeing the fruits of that labor now, so.
Yes.
Awesome,
Thank
thank you, sir.
Thank you
Guys
so
did
much.
an
Thank you
awesome
very
job.
much.
Yes.
What do you see, if any, as one of your biggest concerns as a police officer with Algonac that you wish we would address in maybe a better, different way? What can we do to improve to assist you in
Yeah.
your?
I don't really see much right now. The communication, I say this every time, is always key. And that's open, and open ears both ways to learn and to do better. The people in Algonac, and we've been here a long time now, they've embraced us. The calls of suspicious incidents show that they wanna be a part of the solution. I don't have any complaints, I really don't. We love being a part of this community and having a nice footprint down here. We love the open communication. I believe I have everybody's cell phone number here. I know I have Denise's, and Captain Pohl talks to Denise all the time. Much better planning ahead over the last probably 5 or 6 years for these big events. And everybody's on board and kinda understands why we are suggesting doing things a certain way. And, the safety plans for the events they're automatic now, and they're smooth, and everybody's understanding how to do them. And so I think we're really in a good place. Always look to get better, but I don't have anything on top of my head that I would ask the board to do better.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good,
Thank you all very much.
Thank you, sir.
very much.
Thank you, Sharon. Now we're gonna move on to public comment. Public comment is limited to 5 minutes. You may state your name.
Sandra Simmons. I first would like to congratulate the city of Algonac on that beautiful pool. My husband and my grandson, he's 14, Orion, the light of my life. We went up there, it's absolutely gorgeous, and I'd like to thank also the Lions Club for the purchase of part of the furniture, the umbrellas and so forth. So thank you to the Lions Club for supporting it as well. There was a lot of chatter over the weekend, I do believe Saturday, of some underage drinking. And supposedly some marijuana as well. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I did not see it. Most of our residents in my community, my surrounding community, were senior citizens. So I'm not in that part of the community. My question here tonight, does the city of Algonac have a curfew for children under the age of 16 or 18? You don't have to answer this right now. I'd like to know if that could be addressed, if there is one, and maybe, because supposedly this happened at 12 a.m. Okay, I'm old school. My kids were in at 10 o'clock. They were in bed or watching a movie. In my personal opinion, of course, no one under the age of 16 or 18 should be out at 12 a.m. That might cause a problem for everyone, and we want to protect our children, whether it's ours or someone else's. Now, the issue in hand. As I have been speaking in this room September the 3rd, in regards to the special assessment for the fire department, I have given you multiple opportunities. This is the recall petition for Mayor Rocky B. Gillis and Dawn David. Now, of course, nothing is a guarantee in regards to anything in our lives. But this here is the Election Officials Manual, Chapter 19, the recall process, dated July 2024. Now, of course, I'm going to read it and hopefully be able to interpretate it in its entirety before anything takes place. But this is now in my hands. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Good evening. Everyone's excited about the pool. That's wonderful. I'm here to discuss this evening the frustration with many of the residents regarding the recent, or what we heard on social media, the glitch in the tax bills. I wasn't here last meeting, so I don't know if you announced it, but many people obviously, naturally, were upset. First, they were excited when they got their tax bill and it was significantly less. And then it was all over social media, oh, it's a glitch. Okay, well, in my conversation with many of the clerks in the county, that is their worst nightmare. And so, because it is a very, as you know, costly mistake, okay? I'd like to know what the cost is. We would like to know what the cost is for that mistake, or that glitch, and what is a glitch. Our Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson used it many times during this past election. So I'd like to know we'd like to know what the glitch is and who is responsible. Everybody makes mistakes, okay? But these mistakes are costing the taxpayers a lot of money. So if I don't get a response, I'll simply file a FOIA. And, you know, it's, again, we go back to Mrs. Simmons and her diligence over the last year regarding this
whole Open Meetings Act and the Special Assessment District, and how it took Mr. Downey a year to come here after numerous, requests to explain, was there a mistake? Did it comply? Again, maybe it was a glitch, but if you ask Mr. Downey, he'll tell you that, the city, complied in spirit. So somebody said to me, well, tell them we're gonna pay our taxes, in spirit, see how that goes. So, and now we got the deteriorating infrastructure that we have to deal with, and, you know, city manager Denise Furstenberg said, what, I could be wrong, so, that you held the past city council.
And Ms. Tesh,
Yeah.
you're to address
I
council,
apologize.
not anybody else in the room.
Okay, it's
Thank you.
not, I'm just repeating what she said.
It doesn't
Okay,
matter,
my
address
mistake.
council, thank you.
Just, you know, blaming the past city councils. Okay, city council members have come and gone. And now here, 8 years, that the city manager has been here, and now we have this, a serious problem hanging over our head regarding the infrastructure, and now the increase in taxes, and I see on the agenda, we gotta get, proposals out there. Just bringing to your attention the concerns of many of the residents. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none. City manager's report, Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. There is no city manager's report tonight in the interest of time and getting everybody back to the pool this evening.
I do have one
Question
question.
for Mrs. Gerstenberg?
How much money has the Algonite Lions contributed to that pool?
Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. Councilman Bembas, the Algonac Lions have not donated any money towards the pool.
Just to clarify the record on that. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, if I could.
Yes.
Because I promised, people I would bring this up. The, handicapped porta john was locked. And I was asked to ask for that.
Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. Mayor Pro Tem Davey, it was locked by ABC. I don't know why they locked it, other than, they felt that there was enough porta potties being supplied, but that's not gonna happen again because that's the only handicapped, facility that we have, so we're gonna fix that for next year.
But that was an ABC thing, that was not the city.
That was, yeah, it was not the
That's-
same, we didn't lock it.
Right, okay. That's what I was asked to find out. So, thank you, I appreciate it.
Anyone else? All right, moving on, move on to the consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of the regular city council minutes of July 1st, 2025, departmental reports, light enforcement, building, DPW, finance, fire department, water department. Under communications and notices, we have the boards and commissions roster. We have no miscellaneous business. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
Can we get a support?
Support.
We have a motion and support.
Wow.
All in favor?
Jeez, guys, really?
I'm sorry, was that Ed, I'm sorry, was that yours? I just know that it's certain, people wanna get to the pool.
Mayor.
All in
can they do
favor?
Rock, paper, and scissors. to
Aye.
see,
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We have approved our consent agenda. We're gonna move on to new business. Item 11A is to approve sewer maintenance contract proposal to develop request for proposals not to exceed $8,600. We have a proposal from Hubble R. Clark to prepare the bid specification for annual sewer maintenance, sewer lining, grouting, and televised. The city most recent contract was Purist Inland Water Solutions has expired. The bids will be received for 1 year, contract starting in summer, fall 2025. The bids may extend for up to 2 years. The work aligned with the scope outlined is necessary in meeting long-term system performance and compliance goals. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve sewer maintenance service contract proposal to develop contractor request for proposals for sewer lining by Hubble, Roth, and Clark, whose address is P.O. Box 824, Bluefield Hills, Michigan, in the amount not to exceed $8,600, and direct the city manager to sign the the agreement on behalf of the city.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns?
Mr. Mayor, if I could, can we have HRC here at the next meeting, please?
They were gonna be here at this meeting, but with the pool opening, that's why we pushed them off for one meeting.
But they will be here.
Yes, at the next meeting. Correct, Mrs. Gerstenberg?
That is correct, Mayor Gillis.
Thank you.
Sitting hearing nobody else. Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum,
Yes.
Councilman Scarback,
Yes.
motion carried.
Next, we're being asked to approve engineering services for sanitary sewer evaluation survey phase 1 in the not to exceed amount of $228,000. We have a proposal from Hubble Lockhart for phase 1 of a sanitary sewer evaluation study. This is in response to the excessive flow and concern of the city pays significant annual of excessive flow fees, thereby nearly doubling our annual sewage costs. The purpose of the study is to investigate all potential sources of excess flow through investigations such as a historic influent data review, smoke testing, and the purchase of installation of meters and rain gauges. $228,000 was budgeted for this fiscal year 2025-2026. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve engineering services proposal for sanitary sewer evaluation survey phase 1 by HRC in an amount not to exceed $228,000 and direct the city manager to sign the agreement on behalf of the city.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum,
Yes.
Councilman Scarback,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
motion carried.
Item 11C is to approve swimming pool project pay application number 7. We have a swimming pool. We were there earlier. We all saw it. We need to continue to pay the bills on the swimming pool. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make the motion to approve the Outback Swimming Pool Project Pay Application Number 7 to Robert Clancy, whose address is 9342 Marine City Highway in the amount of $282,998.99.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Pro Tem Davey,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum,
Yes.
Councilman Scarback,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
motion carried.
Next up is to approve the Konoka Minoto copier lease agreement. Our current lease is expiring. The new copier will include features of scanning, faxing, stapling, black and white copies, and color copies. The monthly cost is $114.15 for a 5-year total of $6,849. We currently pay $125.19 per month. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve 5-year copier lease agreement from Kanoka Monoto, whose address is 100 William Drive, New Jersey 07446 for the total amount of $6,849 and direct the city manager to sign the contract on behalf of the city.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum,
Yes.
Councilman Scarback,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey,
Yes.
motion carried.
Item 11E is to approve the purchase of, to approve permanent change of location and consolidation of voting precincts. Due to the recent purchase and renovation of the Algonac Activity Center located at 1216 St. Clair Boulevard, the city clerk has determined this would be a good location for the voting precincts. The Activity Center is a prominently publicly owned building which will accommodate voting for elections of any size. The building will provide added security and handicap accessibility and will be able to accommodate the storage of all voting equipment. This will save time and resources when setting up and taking down equipment for elections, and when additional items are needed on election day, all equipment will be readily available. The Algonac Activity Center is located one building over from St. Catherine's Activity Center, making this relocation easy to find for voters. Michigan election law allows for precincts to be consolidated as long as the consolidated precincts do not exceed 5,000 registered voters. The city of Algonac currently has 3,551 registered voters. Of those registered, 743 are permanent ballot list and 282 on the permanent absentee voter list, making 1,025 voters by absentee ballot. Also, with the establishment of the early voting precinct in 2024, over 1,000 Algonac electors voted early in November 2024. Consolidating precincts will save on costs, equipment needed, time in testing and maintaining equipment, and time to set up and disassemble the precinct. This request is being made at this time because the opportunity to apply for an ADA infrastructure grant of up to $10,000 to help improve accessibility at election precincts to ensure compliance with the ADA by supporting the installation or renovation of infrastructure that enhances accessibility. New voter identification cards advising of the change will be sent out to all electors, and new signs will be posted at the former location that directs to the new location. The election commission approved this change and the precinct consolidation at their meeting of July 8, 2025. Can I have a motion, please?
I make a motion to approve the permanent change in polling location from St. Catherine's Activity Center to the Algonac Activity Center located at 1216 St. Clair Boulevard for at least the next 2 general election cycles, and the permanent consolidation of Precinct 1 and Precinct 2.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? I think it's gonna make your life a little bit easier.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Be able to take the equipment right from one room and put it into another room.
Diane's shaking her head, oh yeah.
And I know when I first started voting, and it sounds silly, but just trying to figure out what precinct I was in. If for a little town, I was confused. I'm like, well, I don't know what's that. I was nervous, so you're taking away one little obstacle. So. Anybody else? Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mildrum.
Yes.
Councilman Scarpet.
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Councilman Carter.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
Yes.
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up is accounts payable.
Make a motion to approve accounts payable and payroll in the amount of $388,009.23.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Mildrum.
Yes.
Councilman Scarpet.
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Councilman Carter.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
Yes.
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Items for the next agenda, Mrs. Gerstenberg.
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. We'll have the sanitary sewer smoke testing presentation by HRC and adopt the resolution for the Jackson Milford Trust Funds.
Council comments. Councilman Bembas.
Thank you. We'll start with the positive stuff first. I want to thank the city of Algonac for voting my vote most desirable vote in the antique boat parade. Thank you, thank you. I am so disappointed that pool is done, because now I don't get to rag the city manager anymore about the pool, so what a letdown.
I'm sure you'll find something else. Oh, she's.
We need to make sure though, because, you know, the public thanks the politicians and they see us sit out there, but they don't always see the people behind the scenes who have worked very hard on this. I know our treasurer, Alicia's worked very hard on it. I know our city manager. We have all driven her crazy about this, but just talking to the contractors today, they said they have never worked so well with the city government as they did with ours, so thank you. And thank you to Joe Doan, because they said that you worked very well with them also, and they were very impressed, and everybody's professionalism, so kudos to you guys too. Tomorrow is a community dinner at First Lutheran Church, 5 o'clock, 6:30. We're having smorgasbord, which means a whole lot of big different stuffs, something for everybody to like. On a serious note, I want to touch base on something. I appreciate every citizen who comes up here and talks to us, even if we disagree, okay? But sometimes we get other citizens who, for their own ego, they either are spin doctors or they're looking for the next soundbite. Just to set the record straight, we did not neglect the sewer stuff. We did our best over all these years to keep everyone's taxes as low as possible. We could have been raising them all along, which would have meant the public would have paid more in the long run, because it would have compounded on itself over the years. We did our best to keep it down. I think the city manager did an excellent job doing her best over all these years to keep that down. It's gotta go up, everything's gone up, gas is still $3.39 a gallon. Stamps went up to 78 cents, I can't believe when I started 41 years ago, they were 18 cents.
We couldn't do anything about that, could you?
I could not do anything about that. So, we can look at our next radio show and how we're gonna spin this, that, the other thing. Or we can look at the reality of it. The city did their best to keep your taxes as low as possible for the last 20 years on that water bill, and I think they did an excellent job. It's just now, as responsible citizens, we have to take it up a notch and pay the more in taxes. We still save money for every individual taxpayer in the city by doing it this way. So, public on TV watching this or YouTube or whatever, please don't buy into the spin or the person looking for the soundbite. And I think that's enough, Mr. Mayor. So, you can have it back.
All right. Councilman Carter?
Great celebration tonight with the pool. It's been exciting. Everyone's worked hard, and now it's open, and the excitement was so exhilarating to see all of the children and everybody lined up, and over the weekend peeking in through the fence to see what was there. The activity center is going to open soon, so great things happening in Algonac. Last Saturday, Henry's Club had a cornhole tournament, and for one of the state police troopers that was shot and injured critically last, I think, December, we raised over $2,000 for his family. Turnout from the community. And thanks to Sheriff King for coming tonight. I think that's it.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey?
I don't have much, actually. It was, and I don't even think I could have room today, but it's early. It was so cool to see those kids out there. I love kids, and I will bust a chop of every kid I see. There was a whole bunch of them there. I got a couple of, I would've brought some water balloons just to chuck over that little fence. But it was cool. It was really cool to see them there. It was nice to see Senator Hertel. I was waiting for him to bust his chops because he wasn't at the leadership breakfast yesterday, but he wasn't sure about that. And Matt King was there as well. It was fun. It was to see that, and the thing that hits me is we need families here that are gonna stay here. There we go. That's it, right there. And that's all I got.
Councilwoman Harris?
I just wanna thank everybody that thanks Sheriff King for coming in his presentation. Pool was awesome. There were a lot of families there, and it was full. And Councilman Bembas, just so you know, Kathy Doan did get you on video jumping in.
I do not know how I missed that. I don't know how that happened.
That's it. You stay cool.
All in fun.
Yeah. Thank you.
Councilwoman Miller?
No comment.
I'm also saying.
I am just gonna say, I'm gonna speak about the pool. Today was an awesome day.
Yeah.
When you got to watch those smiles on those kids' faces as they were running up there, and you know, to have Senator Hertel there, to have him rent out a Kona ice truck for all the kids. So on top of the $1 million he got us a Kona ice truck.
I
So
forgot to get one of those.
and they're still there.
Are they?
Yeah, we're pool's open till 8 o'clock.
There you go.
I'm on my way back. Pool will be open Wednesday through Friday, 3 to 8. Saturdays and Sundays, 1 to 8. Closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. Bear with us because we've never ran a pool before, but it's gonna be great. With that, can we get a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
That's
It's not mine, I forget.
There's no.
I had,
whatever.
Sweet.
it was too much
Can I get a
sun
support?
today.
There's no
Support.
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 Don't be, no.
All in favor?
Aye.